Hey, my name's Stala. Welcome to my professionally certified, Endervex approved Kensei guide on Deflect. I don't actually have his approval. Don't take my word for that. But I see this ability really is just underused. Nobody actually knows how it works for some reason. Like some pros tend to actually understand what it is and what it does, but I've never seen it used basically ever. I'm being a bit hyperbolic, of course, because some people do actually use it, but it's incredibly rare. I'm one of the few people I know who actually does use it. Not to toot my own horn, but that is kind of true. But yeah, let's get right to it. Just before we start anything, just so you know, Kensei's guard doesn't change depending on the direction he's dodging in, so it's not a normal deflect in that sense. So onto the actual deflect itself. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is guard in the direction your opponent's attacking and dodge forward. And once you've blocked the attack, press guard break. This works for both heavies and light attacks of any side. Doesn't matter if it's left, right, or top. You'll always be dodging forward and then pressing guard break after you block the attack. If you look at Kensei's sword while he's dodging, you can see that it glows white. This happens regardless of whether or not you deflect an attack. Basically what that shows is the actual window you have for deflecting, which is about 500 milliseconds from the start of your dodge. And that's essentially it. Now, if you looked at the Kensei moveset and you saw the actual entry for superior block dodge, which is Kensei deflect basically, you'll see that it says forward left and right dodges have superior block property, and that you can link these into grasping pounce, helm splitter, and swift strike. There's a simple reason I didn't talk about this. It's simply not worth it. The guard break is guaranteed every time you deflect any attack, whereas helm splitter and swift strike is a bit inconsistent, to say the least. I'll give you the rundown though. Essentially, when you deflect any heavy attack, helm splitter is always guaranteed. If you deflect a top light, helm splitter will be blocked. If you deflect a side light, helm splitter should be guaranteed. As for swift strike, if you deflect a side heavy, swift strike is guaranteed, but if you deflect a side light, your opponent will have enough time to recover their guard and block it. The only thing is, if you do side deflect a light attack, your swift strike will be unparryable. They can only block it. So either way, helm splitter and swift strike are just not worth it over guard break, which will always guarantee 25 damage and may even give you the 45 damage wall splat, depending on how close you are to a wall, obviously. As for left and right dodges, this can be used in ganks and whatnot to essentially secure your swift strike startup. So you can see here, I deflect the warden's top light to make sure he can't interrupt me while I'm trying to kill his friend, essentially. I'm just slowing it down here so you can see that a bit better. You can see me switch guard and dodge right to interrupt the warden so I can swift strike his friend. Now I'll just talk about why you should use deflect over parries, simply because it's much safer. If you try to deflect a heavy and your opponent feints into guard break, unless they feint into guard break about 300 milliseconds after their actual feint, you will be able to, in fact, just counter the guard break. And if you miss a deflect and your opponent tries to go into guard break, you can go straight into helm splitter to punish them. At that point, it becomes more prediction than anything, but yeah. Another reason is just getting a guard break off any attack. Doesn't matter if it's a Nobushi heavy, a Lawbringer heavy, or Kensei side heavy, you will always get a guard break instead of just a top light from the parry. Now just a couple of random things that are kind of useful to know. Centurion's soft feint into guard break will almost always catch you on your dodge startup or recovery frame, so I would avoid deflecting a good Centurion. This also goes for Shaman and PK's soft feint from heavy into GB, so be wary of that. Other interesting tidbit is if you get shove unblocked by a Lawbringer and he does his light follow-up and does not switch guards, you will be able to deflect that. So to Lawbringers out there, just switch your guard, man, seriously. And last but favorite tip of all these, if you get out of stamina and you deflect a heavy while you're out of stamina, you will get a guaranteed guard break in the top light or top heavy if you wall splat them. Doesn't work on light attacks, only heavy attacks, but pretty good. I mean, I would almost say prank to pull on somebody. Nobody expects this. It's pretty great.
Ah, whoops. Ah, you had stamina.
That wraps it up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Here's a little clip in the background of me doing the last two tips I explained. But yeah, if you have any other questions, or if you're just looking for a group of people that play Kensei a lot, come join me on the Kensei Dojo Discord server. I'm a mentor on there, and we've got Endervex. That's kind of a big deal, just saying. I have a link to join the server in the description and Reddit comments, and obviously I'll be answering questions in the Reddit comments if you have anything to ask. And yeah, thanks for watching.